Hey everybody, welcome back. It is that time of the month again to do my, monthly market update to let you know what is going on in the Hamilton area with residential real estate. So let's jump right into the chart that I always like to kick things off with because it's a bit of a market snapshot. I'm gonna grab my little pen here. Perfect. So right off the bat, we can see sales activity has gone down 29% year over year. Now, a cool fact about this that I guess you're not going to see written anywhere here is we're actually up 11. That's me trying to draw an 11. We're actually up 11% in the last 30 days in sales activity. So even though sales year over year went down 30%, from the end of July to the end of August, sales actually increased by 11.7%. So we are seeing an uptick in sales. Next, let's look at the new listings. So as you can see, what we've been seeing trending this year, the new listings has just been outperforming the amount of new listings from the year prior. This is why we're seeing some higher inventory levels along with the interest rate as well, which is causing the sort of price decline that we've been seeing. However, talking about price decline, let's look at the average price. So the average price year over year is still up 1.7%. Now, I've always been saying the average gain in a regular market, balanced market, is usually 3 to 5% a year. So we're up 1.7. Obviously, we're not up where we should be, but I know you're reading these headlines, market's down, market's gonna go down 20%, 15%, all this stuff. I think what they're talking about is sales activity. They're just putting that in a headline to scare you. The average price is still up 1.7%. So if you bought in August of last year, you're still up. However, the decline month over month, which we'll show in the further chart after this, we're down 2.3% month over month, but we'll get more into that in a second. I also want to point out the months of inventory went from 2.5 or is up to 2.5 from 0.7. So again, if you just started watching these videos, months of inventory is how long it would take every listing on the market to sell if no other listings came up. So 0 to 3 is a seller's market, 3 to 5 is balanced, 5 plus is a buyer's. So we've actually shifted to 2.5. We were at 3.1 last month. We've gone down to 2.5, which tells me that we're gone slightly back into a seller's market here according to the months of inventory number. I know it certainly doesn't feel like it out there, especially when we look at the average days on market at 28 days. I covered it a little bit there, but the average days on market is 28 days. So that's obviously an increase from last year where it was 17, that's 10 extra days. So even though it doesn't feel like a seller's market, 28 days is actually a pretty good day on market number. I remember a few years ago, we used to see 60 to 90 days on the market. So I'm just gonna, draw myself here. I'm just gonna shoot us over here and I'm gonna move myself. This is my favorite chart perhaps to talk about. So I'm just gonna jump right into it. You can see from the peak, I've been talking about it every month, how things have slowly been declining. I mentioned previously in the video that we're down 2.3%. So that's that drop right there. Now, these drops are starting to level out a little bit from the peak, obviously. So I always like to see where we are in comparison. And if we draw a line, we're looking at about, what is that? September pricing last year. So last month we were around the same September pricing. So we're still falling into that category. I just like looking at that because when you're kind of looking at comparables instead of looking at what sold, in February and trying to deduct whatever 2%, 5% month over month, let's just kind of see what was selling in the area around that time. Another cool thing that I want to point out that is a great indicator for me, the new listings is green, the sold is purple. You can see how big that gap is between the two from these previous months. But if you look, this gap actually shrank in August. So that's because the new listings has come down. We're basically at the same level where we were in the insanity in February. We're at the same level of new listings. So they've just been coming down over the last 3 months. And sales, even though they dipped, I did mention sales did go back up. So as this gets tighter, it's basically reflecting our supply and demand to us. It's showing that the supply has come down, the demand has increased a little bit. So it'll be interesting to see what prices do next month. I'm actually looking forward to that, even though I guess I can say it today, the interest rate went up 0.75%. I should have opened the video with that. The bank just announced today that the interest rate went up 0.75%. Bank of Canada raised it. So we're definitely going to see what impact this has on the market moving forward. Last of all, we'll pop on this chart here. So this one I'm not going to go into detail. It will be in the email that you received this video in, but this is essentially just a breakdown of the neighborhoods. If you want more stats on your neighborhood specifically, or you want to receive solds in your area with photos, prices, and everything, so you can kind of track it as well yourself, let me know. I'd love to set you up on an auto email just to receive that information every day, every week, whenever you want it. Anyways, thank you so much for tuning in, and I look forward to making this video again for you next month.